Damn, 5 minutes left before class starts. Yin closes the car door and dashes along the campus corridor. She overslept because she stayed up late watching dramas until 3 in the morning. Unfortunately, today she has morning classes. The distance between the parking lot and her faculty building isn't too far, but the classroom she needs is on the 4th floor. Ugh, the elevators are all crowded. I'll just take the stairs. This morning, Yin gets her exercise. Climbing the stairs to the 4th floor is tough for Yin, who rarely exercises. She arrives in front of the classroom, only to find that its door is already closed. Gasping for breath, Yin tries to catch her breath and tidies up her messy hair from all the running. Yin takes a moment to catch her breath before finally opening the door to her class. "Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I'm late." Yin speaks with the sweetest smile she can muster, hoping the strict professor in front of her will allow her to enter. "Why are you late?" Jungkook asks coldly, clearly displeased with the lack of discipline displayed by the tardy student. "Traffic jam, sir." Yin smiles awkwardly, avoiding direct eye contact with him. "What kind of excuse is that? Are you lying to me?" From her demeanor, Jungkook can tell that his student is being dishonest. Yin is startled as his tone grows sharper. "Thank goodness he's handsome. Thank goodness I love him, otherwise, I'd want to punch him." "I'm sorry, Professor. I overslept." Finally, Yin admits it. Jungkook sighs heavily, his gaze becoming sharper than an eagle's. "Leave." "But sir, I'm only 2 minutes late. Can't I just come in and join the class?" Yin pleads. She has desperately chased after this idolized professor of hers, the professor she has a crush on, only to be kicked out like this. "You know I don't tolerate tardiness in my class. Leave now." Jungkook says firmly, wondering how his student dares to negotiate with him like this. "But sir." "Leave, Yin. Or should I leave?" "Sir, please. Leave." Resignedly, Yin exits the classroom. Along the way, she mutters curses, berating herself for forgetting the time because of staying up late watching dramas. Ah, my reputation in Professor Jungkook's eyes must be getting worse. How will I ever get his attention if I'm always careless when I'm around him? Oh well, I guess I'll just grab some breakfast first. Yin has had a crush on Jungkook for a long time. Correction, it's not just Yin but many female students here who admire him, whether it's just idolizing him or genuinely liking him like her. After all, who could resist the charm of such a charming professor? At the age of 27, he became a professor with top honors at one of the prestigious universities in England. Then he decided to return to Korea and teach at Seoul University. His handsome face made him an idol professor from the moment Jungkook started teaching here. But Jungkook is known as a strict lecturer who is cold, so many only admire him from a distance. Only Yin approaches Jungkook openly, although still within reason. Look at that sulky face. Mina sat in front of Yin. The campus canteen wasn't too crowded this morning. Ugh, what am I supposed to do? I got kicked out of Professor Jungkook's class. Where else can I put this beautiful face of mine? Besides, you knew there was a class with him this morning and you could have been late. Why? Were you watching dramas again? Mina knows her friend well. Yin will find it hard to stop once she starts watching dramas. She's not satisfied with just watching 1 or 2 episodes. She prefers to stay up all night until she finishes all the episodes. Yeah, it was so good. I couldn't stop. Mina just shook her head. Her friend is truly insane. Do you think Professor Jungkook will be even more annoyed with me? Well, you can figure that out for yourself. How many times have you been careless in front of him? Sleeping in class, forgetting assignments, gossiping while he teaches, and now being kicked out of class for being late. What's next? Mina enjoyed seeing her friend's pitiful face as she burst into laughter. That's enough. You don't need to list them all, Mina. You're making me want to hide forever. I'm embarrassed. Yin covered her face, making Mina chuckle. Do you still want to pursue him, Yin? Of course. There's no such thing as giving up in my dictionary. But so far, he has never responded positively to you. Haven't you thought about giving up? Yin shook her head with a sad expression. Yes, she has been approaching him for a long time, but so far, there's been no sign that her love will be reciprocated. So far, only Professor Jungkook has made me fall in love. Before, you know that I've never fallen in love. I always feel happy when I'm close to him. Just seeing his smile makes my day full of happiness. But unfortunately, it seems like my first love is going to fail. Yin looked down, her hands busy stirring her drink. Her heart isn't feeling so good right now. Mina looked at her friend with concern. After all, Yin is very beautiful. Straight hair with slightly wavy ends, thin rosy lips, beautiful brown eyes, and her sweet smile attract many guys. But unfortunately, her foolish friend fell in love with a cold professor. Who knows when he'll reciprocate her feelings? Yin, you can stop if you're tired, but if you still want to fight, I'll support you. I'll be the friend who's always by your side," Mina said sincerely, making Yin's eyes tear up. She feels lucky to have a friend like Mina. "As long as you don't whine, knock on my door in the middle of the night and disturb my sleep. You're annoying. I was almost touched by your words earlier, but now you're being irritating." Yin glared, throwing a French fry she was eating at Mina. "Besides, who has a guest show up at 1 a.m. crying and insisting on staying at my house after seeing a photo of Professor Jungkook with a woman who turns out to be his cousin?" Mina continued to tease her, while Yin's face turned even redder, remembering the foolishness she once did. "Oh, come on, don't bring that up again." Now her face was truly flushed with embarrassment, remembering the stupidity she had once done. Tonight, Yin contemplated, sitting with a cup of hot chocolate. She pulled her jacket closer as the cold air blew against her skin. "I can't continue like this. I have to confess my feelings to him. Whatever the outcome may be, I have to be ready." Yin has made up her mind. She wants to ease her heart. The next day, after classes, Yin followed Jungkook to his office. "Why are you following me?" Jungkook stopped walking, glancing back briefly, observing Yin trailing behind him along the corridor. "There's something I want to tell you, Professor." Yin spoke softly, aware of the many pairs of eyes watching them. Whether he liked it or not, Jungkook allowed Yin to follow him without further debate in the crowd. "Come in. I don't have much time, so say what you need to say quickly." Jungkook sat calmly, his eyes sharp as they focused on the girl standing before him. Yin stood nervously, her hands clenched as if gathering courage. Then, she lifted her gaze and looked directly into Jungkook's eyes. "I love you, sir. Will you be my boyfriend?" Yin said with a deep breath. There was a sense of relief after saying this, but on the other hand, she was incredibly nervous. Jungkook remained silent. He was slightly surprised by her confession. It was the first time a student had expressed love and asked him out. "I can't." Jungkook remained seated calmly, his eyes fixed on Yin. "Why, sir?" Yin's face fell after hearing the rejection, her heart heavy. "I can't date someone I don't love, and you're my student. We shouldn't be involved romantically." Her heart sank further, and she fought back tears desperately. She couldn't cry in front of him. "Yin, find someone who loves you back, and it's not me. I'm sorry if I hurt you. You may leave. I have another class soon," Jungkook said calmly, his hands starting to prepare the materials. "If that's the case, I'll excuse myself. I'm sorry for taking up your time." Yin bowed before leaving the room with a broken heart. It could be said that Jungkook was quite harsh in rejecting Yin like that, but for him, it was the right move. He didn't want to cause Yin more heartache by accepting her love and pretending to reciprocate. Yin walked swiftly to the restroom, her heart heavy with disappointment. Standing in front of the sink mirror, she gazed at her reflection. Tears streamed down her face, unable to be held back any longer. Her initial plan was just to confess her love to Jungkook to ease her heart. But in her foolishness, she ended up asking Jungkook to be her boyfriend. Yin felt incredibly embarrassed. She had let herself loose. But upon further reflection, what's the point of confessing if not to ask for a relationship? So, this is what a broken heart feels like. It's terrible to be broken by my first love. Yin smiled bitterly, realizing that her first love story had to end like this. Since the incident, Yin tried to distance herself from Jungkook. She couldn't bear to face him anymore. Yin preferred to take detours rather than cross paths with Jungkook in the corridors. During classes, Yin opted for a seat in the back corner and often kept her head down. She was deeply embarrassed. Meanwhile, Jungkook remained unfazed, carrying on as usual. He raised an eyebrow slightly when the usually active and chatty student suddenly became quiet, but Jungkook didn't dwell on it. He continued teaching without being disturbed. Jungkook wasn't foolish. He knew why Yin seemed to avoid him, but he chose to let it be. In his mind, perhaps, whatever had happened made Yin feel more comfortable keeping her distance, and that was her choice. "You know, Professor Jungkook is here. Aren't you going to greet him?" Mina asked as she saw Jungkook enter the cafeteria, an unusual sight for the usually reserved professor, attracting excited squeals from the female students. "No, just leave it be." Yin kept her head down, eating quietly. She was fairly certain Jungkook wouldn't notice her amidst the bustling cafeteria. Mina squinted suspiciously. "What's wrong? This isn't like you at all. Usually, you're all excited when you see him. And lately, you've seemed less enthusiastic about his classes." Yin remained silent, still hesitant to share. "Are you hiding something from me, Yin?" Yin stayed quiet, causing Mina to sigh softly. She set down her chopsticks and stared at Yin intently. "Tell me, Yin, we're friends, right?" Mina then smiled reassuringly. Slowly, Yin lifted her gaze. She proceeded to tell Mina everything, leaving no detail out. "Are you crazy?" "Shh. Lower your voice, Mina." Yin shook her head in panic, afraid that Jungkook might realize she was also in the cafeteria. Sorry, so, you're serious about asking him out? Mina repeated her question, still astonished by her audacity. Her friend had truly gone mad. Yes, and I only realized my foolishness after leaving his office. That's why I've been avoiding him. I'm so embarrassed. Yin hung her head despondently, while Mina looked on with concern. The once cheerful, confident, and friendly Yin had now become quiet and melancholic due to heartbreak. Well, at least you feel relieved now, right? Even though your love was rejected, at least you know what steps to take. I believe in you, my beautiful friend. You'll find a man who loves you back. Thank you, Mina. You truly are the best friend. This afternoon, Yin went to the library. There was an assignment that required her to search for materials in the library. Mina couldn't accompany her because she had to go home soon. Yin began to search for the books one by one. It was quite challenging to remember amidst the multitude of books on the shelves. Yin's eyes lit up with joy when she found the book she was looking for. She started to sit calmly and opened her laptop to work on the assignment. Wow, it's raining. Yin looked out the window, rain pouring down heavily. She yawned. The weather was very conducive to sleeping. She laid her head down and began to drift off. Several hours later, Yin woke up, startled because it was already dark outside. The library was also dimly lit. Perhaps the library staff didn't realize that Yin was still inside, considering she had been sitting in a corner of the room that wasn't very visible. What's going on? Yin panicked. Her phone couldn't be used to make calls because she had been relying on the library's Wi-Fi signal, which was now turned off. Yin walked slowly with the light from her phone. When she reached the door, Yin was surprised to see a shadow there. Oh no, a ghost. Yin immediately crouched down, her legs trembling with fear. She bowed her head and closed her eyes, using both hands to cover her entire face. Yin was truly terrified now. Hey, who are you calling a ghost? Jungkook chuckled seeing Yin's frightened expression. Slowly, Yin raised her head, recognizing this voice. Without hesitation, Yin got up and hugged Jungkook, startling him. Thank goodness you're here. I was so scared. Her body trembling with fear, Yin hugged him tightly, as if forgetting that she was currently on a mission to avoid the man she was now hugging. Jungkook could feel Yin's slightly trembling body. There was a sense of worry creeping into his heart. Slowly, he returned her embrace. He used one hand to pat her back to calm her down and the other hand to stroke her head. There, you're calm now. I'm here. So, there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. After he felt Yin's body stop trembling and calm down, Jungkook released their hug. Professor, why are you here? Yin asked with teary eyes, her face looking adorable, making Jungkook suppress his smile. I was in the restroom over there. It took quite a while, and when I came out, suddenly the lights were turned off. Why were you in that restroom? Well, I was working on materials here. Oh, I see. Now they both stood there awkwardly in silence. To break the silence. So, why are you here? I fell asleep, sir. Yin rubbed her neck, grimacing in embarrassment, once again exposing her carelessness in front of Jungkook. You're still as careless as ever. Sir, how long will we be here? The door is locked and I can't contact my friend to help us get out. I've contacted the library staff who has the key, but he may take a while to arrive. Why will it take so long, sir? I don't know. He just said so. Jungkook didn't bother asking further and simply agreed when he called the library staff. Once again, silence enveloped them. His eyes wandered far out the window. His heart suddenly felt anxious and curious. His mind wandered. Yin, on the other hand, remained silent, not knowing where to start the conversation. She rubbed her arms, feeling cold. Don't you have a jacket? No, sir. My jacket is in the car. Jungkook took off his suit. Wear this. Jungkook handed his suit to her. No need, sir. I'm fine. Wear it. I don't like to repeat myself. Jungkook's tone was firm. Reluctantly, Yin put it on. Her cheeks were flushed, and she could smell Jungkook's distinct scent, which made her feel comfortable. Now she felt warm. Do you believe in love, Yin? Yin was puzzled why Jungkook asked such a question, but then she nodded. What do you think? What is love? Why are you suddenly asking that, sir? I'm just curious, from your perspective, what is love? In my opinion, love is when we don't want to lose someone and always want to be with them. We feel happy when we see them happy, and when they are hurt, we also feel hurt. More than that, love is an exciting heartbeat, making us foolish and sometimes losing our sanity. But what I know is that love also comes with its pains. So when we are ready to fall in love, we also have to be ready to get hurt. I've never fallen in love. All this time, I've only thought about studying and building a career. I thought love could come later, not a top priority. Maybe that's why I've never been in a relationship until now. Yin was surprised. How could someone as perfect as Jungkook never have been in a relationship before? Sir, are you kidding? Yin blinked. She was very surprised to see the usually cold and reserved professor talking at length to her. I'm serious. Why is your face like that? You're so cute. Jungkook chuckled, making her cheeks flush. But after hearing your explanation earlier, it seems I'm starting to realize something, even though I'm still not sure right now. Jungkook smiled faintly, his eyes wandering to the light streaming through the window. Meanwhile, Yin's heart began to beat faster as she learned that Jungkook was starting to fall for someone. Her heart was curious, but also not ready to know. You know, I once heard a girl confidently say that she wouldn't give up fighting for her love. Yin remained silent, observing. She still didn't know where Jungkook was going with this. She's a clumsy girl who's always around me. She once said she loved me, and I cruelly rejected her back then. Yin's body started to tense up. She knew who the girl was referring to. I didn't mean to hurt her. It's just that back then, I only saw her as my student. I also hadn't thought about having a girlfriend. It would be more painful if I accepted her when my heart wasn't ready. Jungkook continued, his eyes straight ahead. He could feel Yin looking at him. But ever since then, I've seen her change. And I wasn't ready for that change. Something is missing and empty. What does the professor mean by telling me this? Feeling cornered. Damn Jungkook. Yin's heart started to growl. She felt stung. Why are you avoiding me? Amid this darkness, Jungkook finally asked what had been bothering him lately. Yin was startled by the sudden question. There's nothing, sir. You don't have to lie to me. I just want to protect my heart. I'm afraid of falling deeper. Yin spoke softly. They stood side by side, and even without realizing it, their arms were slightly touching. Jungkook was taken aback by her answer. He felt restless. He didn't like seeing Yin distancing herself. Being used to having Yin always around made Jungkook feel lost when she pulled away. I'm sorry if I hurt you too deeply. I didn't mean to. It's okay. It's not your fault if you don't have feelings for me. I'm the foolish one for boldly confessing my love and even asking you to date me. They fell silent. Then, Yin looked down, normalizing her heartbeat. After that confession, Yin, may I ask you for one thing? What, sir? Their eyes met, and Yin could sense the tranquility in his eyes even in the darkness. Jungkook's silhouette was truly perfect, making her heart race again. Don't distance yourself anymore. Can we still be friends? Jungkook offered while Yin, upon hearing it, was instantly taken aback. I'm sorry, sir, but I can't be friends with someone I love. It would feel even more painful for me. Jungkook sighed softly. Why did everything suddenly feel so complicated?